What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Arnold's Thoughts podcast on the ATP Network. I'm your host, Arnold Lewis. I help athletes prepare mentally and financially for a life of overseas basketball. And today we're going to be talking about the burnout. Who's burning out? I'm burning out. And it happens to a lot of basketball players, happens to a lot of people in general. The burnout is real. What is the burnout? In the season, it happens when you just been in the season for so long and you just get tired of the whole back and forth going on, back and forth of a season nonstop. It's like you just get tired of it. That's the burnout of a season. And to be honest with you, I'm at a burnout in my life right now. I'm at a burnout in my life right now. You want to know a quick example of it for the people that's listening? If you can't listen because I'm doing this live and you're not able to hear it on live, my shirt is on backwards. I'm currently wearing my shirt and it's inside out. My shirt is currently inside out because my mind is fried. And the one thing I like to do is give perspective of an athlete that's currently going through it to show that none of us are above anybody in this life, in this game, in this system. Nobody is above anybody, and we all just trying to make it and be better. I try every day to be better, and I fall short all the time. All the time I fall short trying to understand my place in. I'm in a state where I'm trying to understand what I'm meant here to do, which I have a full grasp of what I'm meant here to do. Trying to figure that out, doing it, actively doing it. And third, trying not to care about it. Trying to just understand that just knowing that you're here for something bigger and trying, you're already set. You're already good because you understand I'm meant for something. And as long as I actively pursue that, my life has meaning. Because there's a lot of people that know that they're meant to here to do something. They know that they should be doing something different, but they don't choose to do anything about it. They don't choose to go after it. They don't choose to fight for something bigger than themselves. They don't even choose to go through the struggles of trying to be better. You get complacent. You get stagnant. Stay in the same lane, stay in the same rotation, hamster wheel, just running in the same circle over and over and over again. Not getting anywhere and being content with not getting anywhere. We're in the playoffs right now, or playoff seeding. So basically, we're playing against the top 6 teams in the league. Of those top 6 teams, we got to play each other twice, and that will determine our seeding, where we land. Right now, we're currently in second place. We got 7 more games. We got a game tomorrow. It's every like Monday, Thursday, and we get a break. But for the most part, it's like twice a week we play. And we are 1-2. We just lost our last game. We was playing really well. In the last 5 minutes, the game went from 4 points to 20 points. We ended up losing. And literally in the last 5 minutes, the whole game was back and forth, tick for tack, back and forth. And in the last 2 minutes, last 5 minutes, 4 minutes, really 4 minutes of the game, they just pulled away, and that was the game. So that's just pretty much how it's been going. And we have another one tomorrow against another really good team. And we just have to figure out how to get a win. And I don't even know if I'm going to play. Because in the last game, I got nerve damage on the top of my foot. I got some nerve damage because the trainer looked at it. And it's like it's not my ankle, but it's right at the part that bends. You know when you flex your foot, the part that bends right at that point, the nerve, the vein is what hurts. And it's got my whole foot on top of there swollen. And I ain't gonna lie, it hurts. It hurts pretty good. And I couldn't even take a jump shot today in practice. I couldn't even get up. I couldn't even take a jump shot. And whether or not I play tomorrow, I don't know. We're gonna find out. The whole point is all these things are starting to add up. And they normally add up at the end of the season. This is when you have to be really locking into yourself, into your mind, and what you got going on. Because this is the most turmoil, destructive time of the season because you're starting to get tired. You get tired of the repetition. You get tired of the motion of it going through it. And you think, oh, but you're playing basketball, you love it, and this and that, and you're a pro. At this point on, it's all mental. It's all mental. You start dealing with injuries. You start dropping close games. Personal life starts bleeding into your regular life. And basically, like the title says, your system just gets overloaded. And me, I'll just giving me as an example, as a perspective, because I only speak from a player, a person who's been in the game for 13 years, who's actively building wealth, learning how to build wealth, learning how to get my life together and actually get something out of the game. I wasn't a person that made $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $1 million in a season. The reality of that, that's like the 1.5% of basketball players professionally that play overseas. Excuse me. They don't make that type of money. That's not realistic. However, but with even that, even the money that I have been able to accumulate in my career through my 13 years didn't really matter because I pissed away a lot of it just because not having no financial literacy and not knowing what I was doing. So now that I know what I'm doing, I am currently trying to build on top of that. I'm trying to build and make better decisions and plan out better and manage my money better. And you know what that does is it puts me in this state of, it's kind of like a scarcity mode, a FOMO mode of, I've wasted so many time before with what I had, and now I'm trying to speed up the process. Trying to speed it up. And you know what happens? Mistakes happen. Being overly stressed happens because right now I'm in a system overload. I always go to my handy dandy ChatGPT to try to use it as just a recording of my thoughts, and it gives me feedback or whatever. And even though I'm reading a book right now called Emperor of AI, they're talking about how you shouldn't upload everything, how it's going to be used against you. I feel honestly that everything is going to be used against us anyways. If you don't have money or some kind of way to defend yourself before everything gets out of control, you're dead in the water anyways. To keep it a buck. So for now, I use the tools to try to get an understanding. It's a great documenter and organizer. That's the best way. Instead of you trying to figure out, imagine if you write every single day how you feel, what you think, and all this and that. And then you try to go through and organize each one, what you felt on this day, what this mean in comparison to this, what this means in comparison to that. It's kind of difficult to manage all that or go back to that. Or you might not even want to because you do so much. And if you're a person like me, I write on the daily. Daily, I try to write something. I have endless of books of just my thoughts and information. Well, now I just upload it and categorize it and create the connections and correlations because now I have actual data on how my brain works in certain situations. That's how I know that my brain is overly stimulated right now because I'm fighting myself. I'm in a stage of fighting myself, trying to understand the new area of life that I'm in. Because now I'm probably about 2 months sober. And what I mean by 2 months sober, I mean I quit smoking, weed for like, it's been going on 2 months. And for someone like me who's a deep, deep thinker, I wouldn't even say overthinker. I'm just a deep thinker. I like to get deep. I want to understand a lot of meaning and situations and what does this mean and why does this mean this and how do I connect this meaning and what's the meaning of life compared to this situation and how do I see myself outside of myself to control myself or let not even control but let myself go to and I get into that rabbit hole and it just goes deeper and deeper and deeper and then that causes a lot of restless nights. And then on top of that, I'm a pro basketball player in the playoffs trying to perform. And what the drugs did was it blocked out, I wouldn't even say blocked out, but it dimmed the noise. There is a sort of escapism in it. And especially after you've done it for so long, you become dependent on it. You know, some people say, you know what? I smoke to just like get a release and, calm down. Well, if someone like me, when you start when I was younger in college, at like around 21, now I'm 36, that's 15 years. You're no longer using it as that. You become addicted without even being addicted. You become reliant on it and it's no longer even doing what it's meant to do to give you that insight and give you that relaxing feeling or that release of that break feeling because you are now dependent on it and that your tolerance gets too high and it does the effects that what is you're looking for. It is what it is. And for me, I was already a person that thought a lot even without it. Now, I mean, even with it. Now, without it, someone asked me, like, how do you feel? And I just said, the voices just got louder. My own voice in my head became a lot louder. I hear a lot louder everything. And I'm trying to manage that. Because for how long now? I know there was times where I took a break here and there, but now I'm just in a different stage of my life. And I'm so pressing forward trying to make things happen. And that's the biggest clarity. Trying to make things happen instead of just relying on the process of things happening. Planting the seed and just watering the seed and trusting it will grow. I'm trying to force the tree to grow. I'm trying to eat the fruit before it even gets here. I want the fruit to be here because I'm trying to feed my family. I'm trying to feed the people behind me. I'm trying to help out friends and people, and I'm trying to get them and put them on and help them out. So I'm forcing the situation. Hey, I need the fruit now. I need you to go ahead and grow. But that's just not how it works. That's just not how it is designed to work. It's not designed for you to force your growth. It's designed for you to trust it. It's designed, and when you don't trust it, you put unnecessary pressure on yourself, on your mind, on your body, on your life, and it causes you to not do anything. Now you're not even watering you're not even watering your tree, your mind, your mental, yourself as you're supposed to because you're trying to force the issue and it's not happening, and now you're in a state of mind that don't allow you to even understand what's going on. Speaking of myself, I know when I get too much, I realize a few things about myself. Know thyself. That's the first thing. That's one thing I'm telling you. Know yourself. Become a master at knowing yourself better than anything you do in this world. And that's where I'm in the process of self mastery. Self mastery. Self mastery of myself is the key to life for me. Understanding how I move, how I handle situations, self mastery. One instance, I know I was speaking to a teammate of mine. I said, one thing I noticed about myself, anytime life is getting like too much and it's getting barren, I have to look around, like physically look around my surroundings. And I look around my surroundings right now, I look around my room, but you guys can't see it. But my room is not as clean as it needs to be. That's a sign. I haven't had a haircut in weeks. That's a sign. I've letting clothes pile up. That's a sign. I haven't been writing down in the last probably 3-4 days my morning notes that I write down, my goals that I have for my life. I get up and I write those down every morning. That's a sign. Getting up on time when my alarm goes off and getting up later and later. That is a sign. That is contradictory to everything that I've been doing in my path of growth. That is everything that I said that I use to keep myself grounded, not doing it. Even when it comes down to my prayer, I started going 5 times a day, 3 to 5. Sometimes I can't do 5, I'll do 3. Now it's barely for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes in a day. Still doing it, still need it, still do it, but not with the same hunger that I had before. And I have to say, well, why is that? What is going on? I'm trying to plant the tree, water it, and get it all at one time. And that causing my brain to be overloaded to the point that I actually get real headaches. My brain actually gets real headaches and real stress. Like actual real stress. And to be honest, it's self-inflicted. Because I want it so bad. I want to be great so bad. I want to arrive so bad. And part of that, being real, is the ego. The ego wants to get there so bad and say, look at what I've done, just so it could be proven to anybody else, proven to other people. You know, you watch social media all day and all you see is people saying, I'm winning. Every day somebody winning. If they show you a loss, it's a little loss. You know, I trade, so some people, they show their winnings. I hit for 72,000 a day. I hit for 16,000 a day. I just did this. I just passed these. Nobody's talking about the person that blew 4 accounts in a day, 3 accounts in a day. And if you're a trader, you know what I'm talking about. How demoralizing that is to your mind. Over trading. Staying up all night trying to catch a trade. You know, I wrote something on my wall. On the wall, I got a list of everything that I need to be successful. Here goes some of the things. The market is here to take money from the impatient and give to the patient. It's one of my, not even rules, it's one of my laws of life. Rules and laws of life that I have plastered on my walls. I can see it every day. Another thing that I have, you will follow your rules or you will break your soul until you do. You will follow your rules or you will break your soul until you do. And that one hits me hard every single time I break one of my rules. You will follow your rules or you will break your soul until you do. No trading the Asian session. Because I document my trades. I know when I trade, the time period, when is it the most probabilistic time of when I don't win and where I get my most wins. And then this time, I don't get my most wins based on my strategy. So maybe it's just best to stay away from this trading session. That doesn't mean opportunities don't arrive. It means that's just not the opportunistic time for me. Statistically, based on the times that I've traded, this is just not the time. Just yesterday, it was a great time. It was a great strategy that I didn't take the trade, but it was a great trade that was during that time. But I didn't trade it. Oh, I'm sorry. I did trade it after I've here go one of my other rules. If I miss my entry, the trade is gone. I missed my entry. I jumped in, blew my account because once I missed the entry, I tried to go and catch it. Then I overtraded, and then the one that I traded, another quote that I put up right after doing exactly what I said I wouldn't do, I put another quote up and I wrote on the wall, every time you overtrade, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Every time you overtrade, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Every time you overtrade is death by 1,000 cuts. Because basketball, I'm so ingrained into learning the trading journey. It's like once you in, it's such a consuming lifestyle, and it's so contradictory of my lifestyle, which is basketball, which is a competitive I'm a high competitive athlete. High competitive pro athlete. I play pro sports. That's in the playoff. This is the most competitive time playing against the best teams right now. In this game of trading, you have to be super patient, super strategical, super focused. Like literally looking at the charts and waiting for that time period, and then boom, literally looking at. That's counterproductive to my lifestyle. So the clashing of it is causing my brain to literally lose focus. So I've lost so much focus. I woke up today, opened up my phone, seen the trade, missed the trade time, jumped in, lost about $700-800, got close to blowing my account. So now I woke up with a loss. So now my brain's fried because I woke up with a loss. Doing exactly, not trading the pre-market. Another one of my rules. Trading the pre-market, breaking my rules, not listening, and doing and believe, and everything is happening that I have written right here on my wall. Over trading, not trading the correct time. If I stick to the time period and stick to my rules, trading would be easy. Everything will flow naturally. But everything on my wall. Pray 5 times a day. 2 trades a day max. No over trading. Managing my risk. Not managing my risk. Take a loss. Try to do what most athletes do, like basketball players. Somebody score on me. My innate instinct is to go back at it. Go back at them. Attack. Get it back. Get a stop. You take a loss, you want to go back and you want to win. You don't want to see your account in red. Trying to fight these, I wouldn't even say contradictions, but the difference in lifestyles that I'm actively in. I know how much trading can change my life. And I know how much it can tear my life down if I don't focus, if I don't stay in the lane that I'm supposed to be in, if I don't manage myself in the way that I'm going to be in. So I'm just breaking down where I'm at as a person who's actively changing their life and being transparent. I'm not coming to you like the people that just only post wins on the internet, who's always up, who's always showing that they winning and everything is going good. I don't know those people. I don't know those people. I know that one thing about me is that I'm trying to achieve something that I've never achieved before and go someplace that I've never been before. And I'm the first one. I don't have no mentor that I can just say that tells me, hey, do this. Hey, do that. Hey, do this. I don't have that. I'm actively trying to be that mentor for anyone that comes out, anybody that ever stumbles upon my video, anybody that needs some sort of guidance, because I'm just doing what I didn't get. I'm doing what I've been called to do. I've been called to be a connection to what life is as a pro basketball player is actively trying to build wealth. And my lane is through trading and investing. And this is the road that I have to walk. This is the road that I have to walk. And I get overloaded and overstimulated and get stressed out, and it gets me down and it gets me discombobulated. And I feel like it's very, very important to express that, because somebody someday is going to be going through the same thing and they need to understand how to manage that as well. And the only way I can say to that is only express what I'm going through. Because a lot of times, you know what it is? A lot of times it's not even about having the answer. It's just knowing that somebody else went through exactly what you're going through and they didn't stop. That's all it is. That's all it is. Saying, okay, it's time to take a little step back. I'm very aware of my surroundings. I'm very aware of what kind of things that's going on in my life. I'm very aware. My foot is killing me, man. This injury, it's like nerve damage on top of my foot. You know, all the stuff in life that comes at you at one time. I got nerve damage on top of my foot. I got a playoff game tomorrow. I just blew a trading account. My room is dirty. All kinds of things that just comes at one time. And you have to sit there and you have to understand yourself and say, you know what? It's all right. This is me in real time saying, you know, it's all right. Giving myself grace and say, you know what? You're trying to achieve something that you've never tried to achieve before. You're in uncharted waters. You've never been here before. You don't understand these waters. But you're brave enough to swim in them. You're brave enough to keep fighting the tide. You're brave enough to keep going, even though you don't know what the outcome gonna be. But in the pursuit of chasing it, of going after it, of keep trying to get better, regardless of the situations around you, still coming on here and going live and talking about my situation. You know how hard that is sometimes? You know how difficult that was for me today? To say, you know what, I'm going to still come on here and I'm going to still put out this content. I'm going to still talk about my situations, because everybody don't need to be, every time someone comes and talk to you when they're on the mountaintop and talking from the up there, you can't really understand it. But when somebody's down here and they're struggling and fighting to try to get up there, you can resonate with that. It's when someone talk about, man, this is what it was like for me in this situation. This is the real raw, exactly what is going on in my life. This is not no cap. This ain't no BS. This is facts. This is where I'm at in life. It's difficult. It's literally giving me migraines. But I'm here. Because I've relinquished I've relinquished the process of knowing that everything that I do is not just meant for me. And expressing my feelings, expressing my journey, is my purpose, is my calling. Everything that I go through is here to be a testimony for someone else to get through what they're trying to get through in life. That's why I am an overthinker. That's why I am a visionary. That's why I am a leader. That's why I have played for 13 years. That's why I have broken records. That's why I have won championships. That's why I've have more assets than anybody in my peer group when it comes to my family, to people I know. These sacrifices that have been made, there is a reason for it all. And that's why I said give myself grace, because I heard somebody listen to a podcast and say, you got to remember you prayed for moments like this. The exact situation, the exact place that I'm in, you prayed for moments like this. You prayed to be here. Don't forget that. When everything seems like it's overstimulated, overwhelming, remember you prayed for moments like this. You prayed for moments like this. In order to break through that wall, in order to get to where you're trying to go, it's inevitable for this moment not to happen, because it's real. It's real. It's real. It's real. And it's the only way. You have to go through this in order to break through to the next level, to get through those uncharted waters. You have to go through them. Accept that. Walk in that journey. Be just as grateful for this moment as the moment when you finally get the exact thing that you've been searching after. When you get the accounts, when you make the $100,000 in a day, when you become the millionaire, when you win the championship, when you get the job, when you score 40 points, when you score 50 points. Remember the days when you scored 2 points. Remember the days when you couldn't make a shot. Remember the days when you got cut. Remember the days you lost $15,000, $20,000 in a day. Remember the day that no one helped you out in a situation. Remember those days as well. So I remember telling my teammate today, I was like, I get this from Wall Street Trapper. He was like, in order to make $1 million, you got to be okay with losing $100K. In order for me to get to 100,000, I got to be okay with losing 10,000. It's a part. Everybody wants to make money, but don't want to accept the money you finna lose in the process of getting there. Everybody wants to make money, but don't understand the money you lose in the process of it. Whew! That's real. Everybody wants to make money, but don't understand the money you lose in the process. They don't know the money you lose in the process. Everybody wants to be a champion. Everybody wants to get that championship. Everybody wants to win that ring. Everybody wants to be that guy, but they don't want to go through the nights that it takes to achieve that. They don't want to go through those late nights. They don't want to go get those extra shots up. They don't want to sit there when you go 1 for 8 and get 2 points in a game. So whenever you're feeling like your system is getting overloaded, you feel like your brain is going crazy and it's like too many things on, separate, take a step back, stop everything, go back to your baseline. Go back to your baseline and reset, because you're already winning. The fact that you're on the journey means you're already winning. Because the most important part about achieving your goal is the journey along the way. As cliche as that sounds, the journey along the way is the most important part. The journey along the way is the most important part. Focus on that. There's ups, there's downs, there's idle moments. Accept it all. Sometimes you up for a little bit, then you come crashing down. Then you seem like you're just in a dead part where nothing is happening for a long time. Keep watering, chopping wood, like Kyrie said. Keep chopping wood, carrying water, chopping wood, carrying water. Fall in love with that. Just fall in love with that. That's the real. That's the real joy. That's the real joy is saying when everything seems like it's not going my way, I'm still happy. That's real joy. That's real peace. That's real success. Because everything else is inevitable. It's going to happen because you've accepted it. Look, that's all I got. Just wanted to drop that on you guys. Just being real. Just expressing where I'm at. Hey, man, remember, greatness is a habit, not a right. Keep going on your journey. Till next time.